Have you ever wondered how the solar system began, and how all these planets orbit in such a precise system around the Sun? Over 4 billion years ago, our region of space was a massive cloud of gas and dust. But through gravity, those particles came together to form the Sun, and around it, the planets we know today took shape. Each planet has its own astonishing nature. Some are as hot as embers, while others are frozen in the depths of darkness. Despite their differences, they all function in a remarkably harmonious way, revealing a magnificent cosmic system worthy of contemplation. Before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our episodes. Dear viewer, join me on a journey to a distant past, 4.5 billion years ago. There was no sun to rise, nor an earth to call home. All that existed in our space was a vast void filled with a colossal cloud of gas and dust, like an unfinished cosmic workshop. But within this deafening silence, a hidden force began its work, a relentless force, gravity. Dust particles began a slow cosmic dance, drawn incessantly towards the center. With every molecule that joined, the force grew, and the speed increased, transforming the still cloud into a violent whirlpool, a spinning disk of cosmic debris like a gigantic vortex. And at the heart of this vortex, hell was forming. The pressure mounted until it became unbearable, and the temperature rose to millions of degrees, leading to the unimaginable. The Sun was born. In that fateful moment, the Sun sparked its nuclear furnace, beginning to fuse hydrogen into helium, releasing the first beams of light into this dark corner of the universe. And today, billions of years after that foundational battle, we still live under the care of that star, our Sun. A middle-aged star, hiding a raging nuclear core of energy within its heart, with enough fuel to last another 5 billion years, before it transforms into a red giant, swallowing all in its path. Dear viewer, after the Sun was born from the heart of the cosmic cloud, the solar system was not yet complete. Around the Sun still swirled a massive disk of gas and dust, rotating at tremendous speeds. This disk was not calm. It was teeming with motion, collisions, and heat that would determine the fate of every planet in our system. In this chaotic environment, tiny dust particles began to cling to one another, aided by electrical attraction and weak gravitational forces. Over time, these particles formed larger bodies known as planetesimals or protoplanets. These small objects collided with one another thousands of times, growing larger with each impact. Near the Sun, temperatures were extremely high, causing light elements like gases to evaporate. As a result, only heavy, solid materials such as iron and silicates remained in this region. This is how the 4 rocky planets formed: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Each one is a direct result of those relentless collisions and storms that persisted for millions of years. In the regions far from the Sun, where temperatures were extremely low, the situation was entirely different. There, gases did not evaporate. Instead, they froze and accumulated around small rocky cores. Over time, these cores grew massive enough to attract vast amounts of hydrogen and helium, thus giving birth to the gas giants Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, grew at an astonishing rate. It became so massive that it nearly turned into a star, though its mass was insufficient to ignite nuclear fusion. One might say Jupiter is an incomplete star, yet it played a fundamental role in stabilizing the solar system, protecting the inner planets from thousands of asteroids that could have destroyed them. As time passed, the system gradually settled into stability. The storms subsided and collisions became less frequent. The planets found their stable orbits around the Sun, and moons began to orbit them, just as they orbit their parent star. However, some smaller bodies never found their place. They continued to drift in space between Mars and Jupiter, forming what we now call the asteroid belt. Meanwhile, other objects drifted to the far reaches of the solar system, forming regions like the Kuiper Belt and the Oort cloud, where millions of comets still wait for their moment to approach the Sun and ignite their glowing tails once more. After understanding the formation of the Sun and the planets, the solar system seems orderly, yet it still contains puzzling secrets. The Sun, an ordinary star but vital to us, it maintains a precise balance between gravity and nuclear fusion. Any minor disruption to this balance would destroy life on Earth. The planets and their different worlds. Mercury, a world of extreme contrasts, where scorching heat that burns rocks alternates with freezing cold that solidifies iron. Venus, a true hell with acidic clouds and crushing pressure, yet it might hold evidence of microbial life. Earth, the only planet known to host life, thanks to its unique location and astonishingly balanced environment. Mars. It sparks intense curiosity with evidence of a wet and warm past, and is being explored by rovers for signs of previous life. Jupiter, a gas giant that acts as a guardian, deflecting asteroids from the inner planets. Saturn, with its low density and magnificent rings, which are the product of chaotic billions of particles in balance. Uranus and Neptune, two distant cold worlds where fierce winds blow and which hide oceans of metallic ice. The greatest secret. The solar system is dynamic and constantly changing. Comets and asteroids carry ancient materials and remind us that we are part of a larger, unfinished story. The solar system will undergo a radical transformation when the Sun turns into a red giant and swallows the inner planets, before shrinking into a faint white dwarf. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be part of our next journey to discover the secrets of the galaxy.